Hello everyone. Today is Saturday, September 26th. It marks the third day of the search for Suzanne Morphew, organized by Andrew Mormon, her older brother, and the team from Profiling Evil. Suzanne is a 49-year-old mother of two who was reported missing on Mother's Day. It is unknown whether she actually went missing on Mother's Day or if her disappearance took place prior to that. It was originally reported that she had gone out on a bike ride and had not returned. Her bicycle was found in a ravine not too far from her home, but it's possible that the bicycle was staged. Suzanne's disappearance remains a mystery. And after 4 months, her brother decided to take things into his own hands and get out there before the snow fell and put on a search of his own in order to try to find his sister. Andy was on the Profiling Evil show tonight, and they gave a summary of what's going on so far. To this point, there have been 4,500 miles covered by the searchers in the past 3 days. On Friday, there were 555 searchers logged in, and on Saturday, 700 volunteers were out searching. Today, 3 large groups searched the railroad grade along Highway 50. They finished that by noon and then headed to the White Pines area due to information that Andy had been sitting on for over a month, but had been wanting to go to this location. The Profiling Evil team were able to use technology to help pinpoint an exact location to go take a look. The area was in a photograph, and I'm going to put that up here. Way back on May 13th, which was day 3 of the search that Barry and his friends put on for Suzanne. It was 3 days after she went missing, and some friends of Barry's came out from Indiana, and they went searching up in the mountains, and at one point they stopped the vehicle and Barry got out. It's unclear to me whether it was Barry who said that he needed to look and see whether Suzanne had been tossed over a bluff or whether anyone else had suggested that she may have been tossed over the bluff, because I've heard it a couple different ways. But anyway, Andrew had been told the story that Barry had gone to this location with other people, and he got out of the truck and he wandered over and he laid down on the ground, and Andrew does not know whether Barry was just exhausted or exactly what was going on, but he found it odd, so he decided to go look at the same area. And they got over there and they did not see a bluff on the other side of the hill, and they didn't see a bluff in the vicinity. So he just feels that that's an odd situation. I don't know if maybe Barry wasn't sure of where he was, if he's the one that said that he needed to check a bluff. Anyhow, if you watch the Profiling Evil video that I am going to link below, Andy will be telling the story and the picture will be visible at about the 13-minute and 50-second mark. And if you watch the Tyson Draper video that I'm also going to put the link to in the description, the Draper Brothers video, and it has Tyson, Dusty, and Chappie in it discussing the search. Anyway, they also show the picture and say what they think about it, and that is at the 21-minute and 29-second point. What we also learned was very interesting information. That riverfront property over there on the county road where Morgan Gentile had mentioned that on the Saturday before Suzanne went missing, Barry had her come out that Saturday morning to work on that beach, raking the beach and trying to make it flat. She said that Barry seemed odd at that time, and A next-door neighbor had reported that on Friday night, she had been awoken by the sound of basically a diesel motor, and she didn't know whether it was equipment or what it was exactly, and that Barry had been working at that property earlier in the day on that Friday. Anyhow, at 19 minutes and 13 seconds, you will see this photo that I am putting up, and also get to hear the story from Andy about how a cadaver dog had a passive hit 3 times on the beach. And it's a proven veteran cadaver dog. So that means that either there is some material there, or something that had touched that kind of material had been used in that area. Anyway, the site has been turned over to the FBI and the CBI for further investigation. It's also explained in the Profiling Evil video about what a passive hit or a non-passive hit is with a cadaver dog. A passive hit is when they just sniff and show interest, and a not passive hit is when they sit down and indicate that that isn't a location of interest after sniffing it. Andy mentioned the fact that he learned during this investigation that dogs will bite and taste the grass because the scent comes up through the grass if there's something buried. And that's another way that they get their scent. There is another location that they cannot reveal because of it being an active investigation, but 2 dogs made non-passive hit at this other location. They mention it at minute mark 23 minutes and 24 seconds. The dogs sniffed and sat, and that scene also has been handed over to the FBI and the CBI. We also have a very good photo of the beachfront property, which was taken by Dad with a phone, and those are available on his Facebook page, and I'm going to link to him below as well, his Facebook. He's got a lot of good photos of that property. Also, I've noticed in the comments that people were asking about a photo of a man talking to Barry, and Barry has his bobcat on a trailer behind his truck, and there is more about that in a plunder video that I will link below, but I have the picture here as well. And this is that picture, and I do not know what Barry was doing or where he was going with that. Also, there have been some questions in the comment section asking about what evidence was deemed to be not part of the Suzanne Morphew investigation by the sheriff's office. Tyson and Chappie found a strange man-made hole in the ground near some cabins, so they turned that information over to the sheriff's office, and the sheriff's office ended up telling them that it was not of interest in the case. They also found a sawed bone, and that also they were told was not part of the case. Oh, and I'm so proud of those guys for not posting the video until after law enforcement had ruled that it was not part of the investigation. Those events happened on Friday. On Thursday, which was September 24th, Andrew Mormon and his team located some items and turned them over to the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office. And the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office has made this statement. Chaffee County Sheriff's Office, Salida, Colorado. On September 24th, 2020, members of the Andrew Mormon search team found items that were recovered by the Chaffee County crime scene team. At this point, those items do not appear to be connected to the Suzanne Morphew investigation. Next, I know that a lot of people were mentioning about how Barry was out there with a gun, and that's not unusual in a mountain community. What I found interesting, though, is the fact that he was doing the game cameras, and people were stating that he was going to be hunting during the time of the searches. It's currently archery and muzzleloader season, and rifle seasons don't start until October 1st unless you're hunting bear. And that's it for today's update. Thank you for watching Another Day in the Car with JuleZ. I'll keep you posted.